Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the two brand new Xbox controllers. The first one we have here is Electric Volt and the second one is Daystrike Camo. So the Electric Volt controller actually carries on the same general design as we've seen with the previous line of controllers. So originally we had a black controller and then we also had a white controller that was for the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. And then also alongside the release date for those two systems, we also had a blue controller as well, which I am currently using as my Elite controller has been having some problems recently. So those three controllers were the original ones. Those are the ones that came out. These are the new generation of controllers. So what that means is there is no longer like a divot up here at the top, as well as now we have this new share button. It also has a new D-pad, has more grip along the back, and also has redesigned bumpers, and of course also includes USB Type-C. So then back in February we got a brand new controller called the Pulse Red controller, and now I did post a video about that, so you guys want to go and check that out, you guys can go and do so. So that was the fourth controller in the lineup, and then now we have our fifth and sixth controllers in the new lineup. So first one I'm going to take a look at is the Electric Volt. Like I said, this one carries on the same theme of it, of just having one color pattern across the entire controller, just like with all the rest. So I mean, you compare that to the blue one here, they both have, you know, a uniform color faceplate as well as the same exact color thumbsticks, as well as all these buttons in here, as well as the buttons themselves. It's all just one color. And the Daystrike Camo, this one is actually a little bit different. This one actually gives a different pattern, whereas this is all one unique color. This one is actually kind of pattern. It's supposed to be a camouflage pattern, which is actually really cool. It reminds me of some of those controllers we got a lot during the Xbox One generation. You know, we got a ton of those. We got like the Covert Forces ones, reminds me a lot of those ones. So first one we're going to take a look at here is the Electric Volt controller. Now, Amazon, of course, did a fabulous job of delivering this to me. They already smashed up the box, which seems to be about right for Amazon. But maybe it's just my luck with Xbox controllers, because I did get the two new PlayStation controllers, the two new DualSense ones, and those ones came in a box, whereas this one came in just like a bubble mailer, and this one got all smashed up, whereas my PlayStation ones did not. So if you guys want to see those controllers, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because that video will be coming out shortly on the channel. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Electric Volt controller. So the box is just the same as literally every other new controller box. On the side it says it's for the Xbox Series X and S, Android, iOS, Windows 10, and of course Xbox One. It is backwards compatible, and it includes the wireless controller as well as two AA batteries. So it does, once again, still take AA batteries. It's not like the Elite Series 2 controller where it has an internal battery pack. This one is where you can swap in whatever kind of batteries you want, just like disposable batteries, or you can even put in like rechargeable ones, or you can get some of those like plug and play packs, or you can even just hook it up just straight up with a USB-C cable and just play wired as well. But let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at the controller itself. These controllers just have an easy peel strip right here that you can tell if it's already been opened, because this tab will demonstrate that. But you can just slide across like that, and then bam, then you can open up your box and get access to your controller. Alright, here we go. Electric Volt. Woo-wee! There it is. Man, that is a good looking controller. Man, actually, dude, I love the color of that. You know, it actually, on camera, it looks the same, but in person, wow, that is a lot brighter than I thought. It's a little bit more green than I would have thought. I originally kind of thought it would be a little bit more yellowish or something like that, but no, this is like, I don't know, it's almost on the verge of like a lime green. It's like lime green with a little bit more yellow onto it. It's definitely a unique controller, but yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I do really like the thumbsticks though. That is really cool. I do like that Microsoft has been doing that they've been color coordinating the thumbsticks with the controllers. So like I said, with the blue one, we have blue thumbsticks. With the Electric Volt one, we have these new Electric Volt, the kind of lime green thumbsticks as well. And yeah, like I said, this is the new generation controller, so it does have USB Type-C on it. It does have these new redesigned bumpers, where they actually redesigned these a while ago, but these ones are in fact still a little bit different than the Xbox One generation ones. Previously, with the original Xbox One controllers, when it came out in like 2013, they kind of had an issue where you could only kind of click it on the sides, whereas if you try to click it up here, it like wouldn't really work. But they eventually fixed that, and then they kind of seem to have redone it all on the new generation, the new Xbox Series X and S kind of generation controllers, which, like I said, you can also still use these on the Xbox One. This isn't exclusive to anything. It's not exclusive to the new generation of consoles. You can still use these on an Xbox One. They're backwards and forwards compatible. And then, of course, the triggers, they don't have trigger stops. This is not like the Elite Series 2 or Elite Series 1 controller. It just is a regular Xbox controller with the full push of the trigger. It has no stops in it at all. And yeah, like I said, USB Type-C. I love that. I hated micro USB. And then, of course, you can slide this back panel off. And then that's where you put in your batteries as well. And they usually always say in here, like, hello from Seattle. Yep, there it is up there in the top right. It is interesting with the Star Wars controllers. Those ones were pretty cool. One of them actually said, like, hello from Kashyyyk. And honestly, that was really cool. They got a little Easter egg in there for the Star Wars controllers, which I do have both of those. And I do have videos up on my channel of those if you guys want to go and check those out. But there is the controller. I actually really like that. I do like the white that comes along with it. Certain controllers, so like the carbon black one, is like the only one with the black on the underside, which honestly, now I do really like the white underneath it. I think it really complements it well, although I think it would have been interesting to see if they would have just made the entire controller just one color. Now, I think it is nice having like little accents, like up here in the Xbox button, you actually still have that electric volt color inside there, as well as, like I said, in the actual like buttons themselves. Of course, you still got like the color coordination in here. So if like for some reason you're like, oh well, what button is X? Because X looks green, but so does B. We can look at that and you can go, oh, okay, X is supposed to be blue, B is supposed to be red, Y is supposed to be yellow, and A is supposed to be green. Okay, that makes sense. So it still has on there just in case you might be confused. But like I said, the thumbsticks, that is actually really cool. And I have actually been more and more of a fan of this new D-pad the more I've been using it. Because like I said, I have been recently using my blue controller a lot more since my Elite Series 2 is kind of breaking on me. And you know what? Using this D-pad a lot more has actually started to grow on me a lot. The Elite Series 2 does have like a plate for it, so you can get like the circular D-pad, but these ones just come with it standard. And these, none of this stuff comes off. The thumbsticks don't come out, none of that stuff. The D-pad does not come out. It's all just one thing. It still has the 3.5mm headphone jack in there, as well as the other like proprietary Microsoft headphone port. So all your headphones, everything still work on there. And then it also still has this like gripping material on the underside here. And it is interesting though too. It is also on the outside too. So it does go from the whole inside. So it starts right about here where my middle finger's at. Starts right about there and then goes all the way around. Now it does not come up on the faceplate at all like the Elite Series does. It only stops here right at that line. It stops right there. As well as it appears to stop kind of up here towards the triggers too. So, I mean, it makes sense because your hand's not really going to be up here too much, gripping too much. You don't need a whole lot of grip, whereas where you need most of the grip is over here where your fingers are actually going to be on the controller. But there we go. That is a really cool controller. That is the electric volt. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Daystrike Camo controller. Alright, the Daystrike Camo controller. So this one is actually the first controller that is different than all the rest. The box is different. The other boxes have all been white and then just has like the controller on it. It has like a little green here at the bottom. This one still has the green, but this one is actually different. The whole rest of the box is actually one color rather than white, which is pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, this is the first different controller. It's not all just one color, which I hope to see Microsoft do more of these style controllers in the future. Like I said, I would still like to see more of these type of ones where, I would like to be able to see maybe like a pink one, a purple one, like a light blue, a bunch of different controllers like that. Like, I do still like these solid controller ones, but I also do still like these like different designs on the controllers themselves. I would like to see Microsoft eventually get back to doing more like these. But also, at the time of recording, Design Lab is open back up, so now you can actually design your own controllers with different colors and different things as well. But it appears that it's all just kind of like one color as well, so it's pretty much like you're designing one of these. You can't really add patterns or different things like that like you can on something like this, but you could say change this to different colors as well. So I guess if you wanted to change something like this, you wanted more style controllers like this, you could just use Design Lab to make them, and that's Microsoft's way of being like, hey, for that kind of niche audience where you want, you know, like say a bright yellow controller or a pink controller or something like that, or a purple one. There's Design Lab for that. We're not going to like mass produce it for the masses like something like this one is. But back to the Daystrike Camo controller. So this one they actually say is a special edition wireless controller, whereas the other ones don't say that. So this is apparently special edition. Like I said, it is for the Xbox Series X and S, Android, iOS, Xbox One, Windows 10. Comes with the controller and 2 AA batteries as well. And on the back it tells you like everything there is to know about the controller, what everything is. It has Bluetooth on it, that new share button. And yeah, all in all, I really like this box. It has a little bit more character to it than all the other ones do. So let's go ahead and open it up. So same way as all the rest, just peel the tab. And here we go. Ooh, there's the Daystrike Camo controller. Ooh, wow, there's a little bit of dust on it already, huh? But yeah, there it is. Cool. So that is interesting. So it looks like the back is black and has like the standard black back grip from like say like the carbon black controller. But then the rest of it is all this camo pattern. Ooh, that is actually really cool. They actually changed the actual inside of the buttons instead. So on the electric volt as well as the blue one, these are just black, but then the lettering is the color of the controller. So on the blue one, the lettering in here, so the Y button itself, the Y letter was blue, and on the electric volt one, it was like lime green, yellow. Whereas this one's the opposite. It looks like the inside, like the actual letters themselves, are black, whereas the rest of the button is red. So, dude, I like that a lot. Once again, the thumbsticks are all one color. It's not different colors. But just like the other ones, the actual Xbox button is black, but then the X on the inside is the color of the controller. That's really cool. It is cool, though, that we actually have a redesigned D-pad, though. This D-pad is red, whereas on the other controllers, it is black. So this is, I believe, the first time we're getting a different color D-pad as well. That must be part of the special edition of this controller, but yeah, dude, I really like the camo pattern on it. It looks really clean and really high quality. It's really like razor sharp in here. It's like a razor sharp pattern, which I actually really like. And yeah, the back is just black. So the triggers, bumpers, black, like I said, USB Type-C. That is where you put in your AA batteries. We still have the grip, so it's a little bit easier to see the grip here on this black controller. There's no grip in here, but there's grip right here. But it looks like unlike the other controllers, this one does not have any grip on this little like quarter panel right here. It has no grip at all. This is just like kind of matte, just like smooth from end to end, whereas down in here is where the grip actually starts. So that's a little bit different. The grip is, I don't know, I wonder if you could call that worse. I don't know if you'd call that worse. But yeah, instead you just got more patterns, so maybe they didn't want to cover up the pattern at all by putting in, you know, some more of this grip, or maybe it'd be too hard to put in some more grip with the different colors, because you'd have to put in like different styles of grip on there as well, so it's probably easier that way. But all in all, still, that is a really cool controller. The Daystrike Camo controller, like I said, it's a special edition one apparently, so get it while you can. But yeah, it looks like this is the kind of the start of the new limited edition controllers, the special edition controllers coming back, as well as the different patterns as well. So that's really cool, dude. I really like that. So yeah, that is it. That is the Electric Volt and the Daystrike Camo controllers. So there we have it. Those are the two brand new controllers, Daystrike Camo and Electric Volt. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments down below. This one, like we said, is a special edition, whereas this one apparently is not. So apparently this one will be going away at some point, whereas this one I would still expect to see on store shelves maybe a year from now. This one maybe not so much. Maybe they're just only going to be selling this one for a limited time, and then they're going to be bringing in a different special edition, just kind of constantly replacing these lineups, which is actually what they did previously with the Xbox One generation controllers. They would have a bunch of different camo controllers, and they'd sell them for a little while, then put out a new one and replace that one with an even newer one, and so on and so forth. So looks like that's what's going to be happening here, whereas these ones are just going to be like these standard color controllers. These are the ones you're going to always pretty much be able to buy, just normal controllers and just like flat colors. So yeah, there we go. One last look at the controllers, guys. Electric Volt, really good looking controller. I do like that color a lot, especially with that white accent. And then the Daystrike Camo controller, dude, I love the buttons on that thing. And the D-pad. I think having a red D-pad on this thing, dude, that just makes this just, Like, think about how much better this controller would look if you actually had, like, a lime green D-pad as well. So, like, if you cover that up, and just had, like, the entire controller was like that, dude, oh my gosh, it looks so much better. Especially also with the buttons, too. If they, like, inverted that and had the green on the outside instead of the black, and then the black is actually the lettering, dude, that would look a lot better. I actually really like that. I think that one's going to be my new favorite controller. So, yeah, there you guys go, though. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.